Would you buy a $500 pair of sneakers if you only had to pay $50 today? Millions of young Americans are saying yes, thanks to the irresistible promise of buy now, pay later, but their debts are quietly piling up behind the scenes, with late payments soaring and balances stacking into the hundreds. Why is this culture ensnaring so many, and what lies beneath its easy checkout? Let's rewind to where this all began. Decades before apps promised instant approval, American shoppers relied on a slower form of financial flexibility, layaway. In the mid-1900s, department stores invited customers to reserve items, often big-ticket purchases like furniture or winter coats. By paying a small deposit, the store would hold the goods, and families paid off the balance over weeks or months, only taking their purchase home once the final payment cleared. Layaway offered a way to budget for dreams, but it demanded patience and discipline. There was no instant gratification, and missing a payment could mean losing both the item and the money already paid. Everything changed with the rise of digital credit. In the early 2000s, PayPal Credit appeared, allowing online shoppers to buy now and pay over time, even for smaller purchases. Unlike layaway, these new services delivered the product right away, shifting the risk from the store to the lender. By 2015, a wave of fintech startups, Klarna, Affirm, Afterpay, entered the scene, bringing sleek mobile apps and instant approvals. No longer limited to furniture or holiday gifts, these platforms let users split payments on sneakers, concert tickets, or even groceries. The process became nearly invisible. A few taps at checkout, a promise to pay in full, and the item shipped that same day. The core idea, breaking a purchase into manageable chunks, remained, but technology stripped away the waiting and the warnings. With algorithms and app notifications replacing paper ledgers and store clerks, the old boundaries faded. By the late 2010s, buy now, pay later tools blurred the line between saving up and borrowing, making it easier than ever to say yes to something today and worry about the cost tomorrow. This digital reinvention of an old concept set the stage for a new kind of spending culture, one where instant access comes with its own hidden risks. At the digital checkout, buy now, pay later feels almost effortless. Instead of entering a credit card number and facing a single hefty charge, shoppers are offered a simple alternative. Split the cost into 4 equal payments over 6 weeks, with no interest if paid on time. The first installment is due immediately, and the next 3 follow every 2 weeks. Approval takes seconds, often just a soft credit check that leaves no mark on a credit report. There's no lengthy application, no paperwork, and no waiting for a decision. For most purchases, all it takes is a name, address, and a debit card. The product ships right away, and the buyer walks away with the thrill of instant ownership. This frictionless process is no accident. BNPL providers design their interfaces to make the option stand out at checkout, showing the breakdown for smaller payments instead of one big one, right next to the buy button. The language is reassuring. No interest, no fees. That psychological nudge, the promise of affordability, can make a $200 pair of sneakers or a $600 phone case seem less daunting. The pain of paying fades, replaced by the satisfaction of getting what you want now and spreading out the cost. Even for shoppers with thin credit files or subprime scores, the approval rate is high, nearly 80% in 2022, according to lender data. Merchants have strong reasons to offer these options. Retailers who add BNPL at checkout see their average order value jump by 20 to 40%. Abandoned carts drop, and shoppers are more likely to add extras to their basket. The seamlessness is the point. Checkout flows are stripped of friction with minimal fields and friendly reminders. Algorithms handle risk in the background, while shoppers are nudged to click, pay in full, and move on. In those few seconds, a future obligation is created, one that feels manageable, even forgettable, until the next payment notification arrives. Buy now, pay later has exploded from a niche payment option to a fixture in everyday life. In just 2 years, the number of buy now, pay later loans issued by top US providers soared from 16.8 million in 2019 to 180 million in 2021. The total value of these loans jumped from $2 billion to more than $24 billion over the same period. Analysts now project that by 2027, global buy now, pay later users will top 900 million, nearly triple the population of the United States. In America alone, more than 86 million people used a buy now, pay later service in 2024, with expectations that the number will climb past 91 million next year. This isn't just a story about online shopping sprees or one-off splurges. Buy now, pay later has quietly woven itself into the fabric of daily spending. During the 2024 holiday season, buy now, pay later outpaced credit cards among Gen Z shoppers for the first time, signaling a generational shift in payment habits. Nearly a quarter of Gen Z and millennial consumers now use buy now, pay later regularly, and half of all US holiday shoppers say they plan to use it in 2025. Monthly buy now, pay later spending per user grew by 21% in just 1 year, reaching almost $244 by June 2025. What started as a way to break up payments for sneakers or electronics is now used for groceries, household essentials, and even gas. Data shows that more than a third of young adults have used buy now, pay later to cover basic needs. The service is no longer limited by income. High earners and cash-strapped buyers alike are turning to installment payments, drawn by the promise of flexibility and instant approval. Approval rates have surged to nearly 80%, making it easier than ever to sign up and stack multiple loans at once. The numbers reveal how quickly buy now, pay later has become normalized. From checkout counters to mobile apps, installment options now appear everywhere, backed by aggressive marketing and seamless integration. For millions, splitting up a purchase into 4 easy payments isn't just an option, it's become the expected way to shop. The sheer scale of adoption across age groups and income levels underscores how deeply this model has reshaped the culture of spending. Ava is 23 and works part-time at a coffee shop while finishing her degree. Her phone buzzes with reminders almost every day. Afterpay for the concert tickets, Klarna for the sneakers, Affirm for the headphones, and 6 more buy now, pay later plans stacked quietly in her banking app. The numbers are small, $24 here, $38 there, but together they add up. At one point last spring, Ava was juggling 9 active buy now, pay later loans. She didn't set out to borrow so much. Each purchase felt manageable, a way to stretch her paycheck without dipping into savings. But the due dates landed in a tangle. The apps didn't coordinate, and Ava's bank account couldn't keep up with the cascade of auto debits. On a Thursday morning, she checked her balance and found 3 overdraft fees, each triggered by a $27 installment she'd forgotten was scheduled. Her $760 in outstanding buy now, pay later balances suddenly felt crushing. She tried to make a payment, but another late fee landed before she could transfer money. Ava isn't alone. Nationally, 41% of buy now, pay later users report paying late at least once in the past year. For young adults, the rate is even higher. The average user now carries $760 in buy now, pay later debt, but for those with stacked plans, the burden can be much heavier, especially when wages are low and expenses unpredictable. Ava started skipping nights out and stopped buying groceries in bulk, hoping to free up cash for the next round of payments. The stress built quietly, then all at once, her phone filled with notifications, her account dipped below zero, and the weight of debt became impossible to ignore. What began as a tool for flexibility became a source of anxiety. The simplicity and speed that made buy now, pay later appealing left Ava, and thousands like her, struggling to keep track of what they owed and when. For many young people, the hidden burden of these plans isn't just financial, it's emotional too, as the promise of easy payments gives way to the reality of living paycheck to paycheck, always one missed notification away from another fee. In 2021, Americans took out over 180 million buy now, pay later loans, a staggering rise from just 16.8 million 2 years before. This surge, rooted in decades-old layaway programs and fueled by new fintech platforms, has made deferred payment nearly effortless. But as the data shows, nearly 41% of buy now, pay later users miss at least one payment, and average balances reach $760. Burdens that fall hardest on Gen Z and millennials. While we know these services can boost sales for retailers and offer flexibility to shoppers, the true long-term impact on young consumers' financial health remains unclear. Regulators are still studying the risks, and many providers do not share full data on user outcomes. What is certain, the convenience of split payments comes with hidden costs, and the ease of checkout today can lead to unseen debt tomorrow. As buy now, pay later continues to shape spending habits, its story is still being written, one payment at a time.